Military finally dumps B-350 meters airship, BP, September 15. Something about our military procurement is badly awry, yet the military HASNT fixed the problems. For example, look at our airship, decommissioned after 8 years of service, during which time the blimp crashed once, while it was mostly grounded the rest of the time as it was plagued by various defects. The airship couldn't even fly its maiden flight as scheduled due to technical problems, and reportedly could fly only 1/3 of the height claimed in its specifications, yet the Army, under the leadership of Nova Interior Minister Anupong Paujinder, accepted the craft. In February 2012, it could fly up to 500 meters above the ground, but only for a few hours, and in September 2012 it had to be repaired, costing 50 million baht, yet in July 2013 it had to be repaired again. Nor is the blimp the only case of our soldiers not getting the equipment they need. As a small example, our army paid 1 million baht each for G200 bomb detectors, yet our government proved it to be accurate only 20% of the time. In other words, our soldiers more than doubled their chances of survival by flipping a coin. Or how about our aircraft carrier Chakri Narue, but which HASNT been combat ready for years because it has no aircraft that can fly? Now we've committed more than 30 billion baht for submarines, while our soldiers in the deep south get bombed in the pickup trucks, rather than being protected in armored personnel carriers. What kind of planning and procurement is that? Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha should use this opportunity to show that under his watch those responsible for the above fiascos will be held accountable, even his brother generals, if need be. Also, the whole equipment planning and procurement process should be reformed and made transparent from top to bottom so that our soldiers have all the equipment they need to protect us and nothing more. Burin Kantabutan accountability up in the air. The report on September 15 about the military's ill-fated airship did not mention the somewhat unusual circumstances surrounding its procurement. The airship was not purchased directly from its U.S. manufacturers but from Aria International Inc., a company registered in the U.S. which was apparently only formed in 2008, a year before the purchase, and which seems to have had the Thai military as its only customer. Subsequent to the sale, this company's shares were reportedly trading at 1 cent, and the most recent quote lists the current share price at $0.0006. According to the contract with Aria, the company's staff were to train military personnel to pilot, effectively utilize and maintain the airship, but if that support was indeed provided, it didn't stop the airship crash landing on its first outing, nor did it avoid the faults which left it grounded for most of the time. One can only speculate at the nature of the relationship between the government and military authorities and Aria, and whether any due diligence was carried out prior to signing the contract. Robin Grant, how to profit from fiascos. It's typical that the military would defend its decision to spend 350 million on the now decommissioned airship. But not all is lost. Why not have a museum full of apparent follies on which our taxes have been wasted? We can start with the noseless aircraft carrier, add the equally scandal-ridden bomb detectors, and, of course, the defunct blimp. In just a few years the museum can be expanded to include rusty submarines now being ordered. Charge thrice a low fee to enter the museum and a huge entrance fee for the rich foreigners. Surely a win-win situation. Martin R. A fair day's wagery. Hopeless wages, Postbag, September 13. I read Mr. Hober's letter with interest, but I think the point he makes completely misses the crucial economics of wage and salary increases. What should be implemented is a minimum hourly rate. For a simple 8-hour stint 6 days a week, a rate of 45 baht per hour should be the starting point for reform. Those working longer should get the same rate per hour up to 54 hours in 1 week. Anything above 54 hours in 1 week should be paid more, maybe 60 baht an hour. Those on salary should be compensated with time off for working extra hours in the same way, and the pay structure adjusted to keep the same differential between qualified professionals and manual laborers both working 54 hours a week. This proposal would not produce the same type of resistance to reform and avoid unnecessary and huge inflationary pressures on the economy as the 133% rise suggested in the letter. It should substantially improve the incomes of manual workers and low-paid office staff without the pain of significant price increases in the shops. Just a thought. Peter Fairless at last. Sanity prevails at last. Common sense prevailed. The old Bangkok bus routes are back. The new nonsense with changed routes, color-coded buses and renumbering are gone. Hopefully forever online. September 16th. Perhaps special bus lanes might once again be tried, this time with lots of police enforcing the no vehicle line bus lane rule. But we know this, too, will never happen. OHP Choi, let's get on the same track, revamped by 35 more Blue Line trains. BP, September 15th. I urge those additional 35 trains to have their specifications that can be operated on both the Blue and Purple lines so that commuters do not have to change to another train at the Tau Un connection. RH Sugar whistling in the dark. Refurious Sept to advise on police reform. BP, September 15th. Sept Thorshaben to advise on police reform. What is he going to do? Blow a whistle? Mr. Pete, contact Bangkok Post Building 136 Naranong Road, Klong Toi, Bangkok 10110, fax 02-616400, email postbag@bangkokpost.co.th. All letter writers must provide full name and address. All published correspondence is subject to editing at our discretion.